All right, what is up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to check out a match from over in the East. We're going to be looking at a match between Perona and Katakuri, yellow Katakuri. OP-06 over in the East in the last big major tournament they had over there, 1,000+ players. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and just hop into it, guys. We're going to do a game analysis style video where I have it on 2x speed, sounds off. We're just going to kind of analyze what all's going on here. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's look at this is the Perona player's starting hand. Excuse me. That's interesting. They have a 0, 1, 2, 3. That's the first thing I noticed for some reason. But they have a 2K counter, they have a blocker, they have a searcher, they have an extra event counter, and they have another blocker that's going to draw them through some cards. So pretty good start for Perona, all things considered. Not necessarily like the best, most explosive hand you can probably get, but I think still very strong. Okay, looking over at Katakuri now, this hand looks incredible. We have a Perona, double Parasparrow, the Akikanojo over here, the 4-cost card, and the 2-cost Nami that gives Banish. Okay, so this is, if you have any questions, by the way, on any of these cards, guys, do not hesitate to list or to put those questions down in the comment section below. Okay, but this is an excellent start for the Katakuri player. Whether he's going first or second, you really couldn't ask for much better of a start. Okay, so let's go ahead and fast forward and get to the start. And it looks like Perona's going to go first, start off with a Baby 5 Searcher. So there is no way, realistically, well, other than with Strusen. I was going to say, let me pause it. It's a pretty safe bet to play out your 1-drop against Katakuri, but there is the chance they pop it with something like a Strusen. That is a possible thing, but it doesn't happen very often, and I don't know which 2K counters they're running in this Katakuri deck. Okay, so then we go over to the Katakuri player. He's going to do a top 4 search. So Thunderbolt, Gadatsu, and 200 million volts Amaru. So he can only grab the Thunderbolt. The others are Sky Island. They're not Big Mom Pirates. Okay, so gets the Thunderbolt. Cannot play it this turn, and then he's going to pass. He has another play in hand. And by the way, he drew a Reject off the top of his deck. And Reject is the 4-cost that allows you to KO a 5 or less, just like Thunderbolt, or you can trash your life and take the last life of your opponent if they're at 1 life. Okay? And it does deal damage, so they would draw the card and potentially proc any effects. So we're going to get a search from Baby 5 here. It looks like it was double Borsalino, Gecko Moria, Suru, and Virgo for a 2K counter. So it looks like he could only, that was all he could actually get, if I'm looking at that correctly. Let's try and see one more time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's kind of hard to tell, though, because of how he had him in his hand. So the nice thing about that, and I didn't mention it when I was doing the video, or I actually didn't notice it when I was doing the video, the 2-cost Rosinante, which he has 2 of those now, by the way. He drew 1 for the turn. 2-cost Rosinante and Don Quixote, or excuse me, and Virgo, they are both Navy and Don Quixote Pirates. So you can hit them with either Searcher, which is just very, very strong and very convenient. Okay, so tap down your pudding and swing 5 at your pudding. That is the power of this leader, guys, of Perona. Perona is a 4-life 5K leader that can tap down a 4 or less as her main effect. No Dawn investment. She could just do that. And then, or you can use her Dawn -1, or excuse me, she can do -1 to the cost of a character for the turn instead, but she has to choose one or the other. Okay, then he's going to play out the 2-cost Rosinante to protect the Baby 5 Searcher. So here we go. The Baby 5 is protected very well right now. And, I mean, think of it like this, guys. Even if he tries to Thunderbolt the Baby 5, Perona can tap down the Perona player can tap down his Rosinante to save it, but then he probably would attack with, and here we go. He's going to, so I was going to say, they get attack with Katakuri into it to get it that way. So he's going to look at the top of life. I think he's probably thinking about hitting this with a Thunderbolt because it's going to generate too much card value. So I think he'll probably swing 7 into the Baby 5, which will make him use the Don Quixote blocker there, the Rosinante blocker. But he's deep in the tank right now. Okay, so he's saying life, swing at life. That's interesting. I'm going to pause it right away, guys. I'm sorry. I would do anything in my power, even lose my top life card, to take that baby 5 out of the game. It's already drawn him 1 card. Next turn, it's going to draw him another. It's just going to be this constant card draw machine for the rest of the game if he doesn't have an answer to it. So let's see what happens here. Play out Perospero and pass. So he's just going to go with the tempo route and try to just outrace his opponent. But, guys, I don't know if that's really all that possible against Perona, because look at that. Tap down your Perospero with the leader effect. And I'm just going to swing 5 into it. Do you want to give me a card out of hand? Or is the card going to be gone? So in this situation, I would actually give up the Perospero, because look at the hand. I'm sorry, guys, all the pausing. Look at the hand of the Katakuri player. He only has a 1K counter in hand. 200 million volts of Maru, Thunderbolt, Perospero, a Kikinojo, and Impact, or Reject. None of those cards are counters. None of them. Only Nami is a 1K counter. So I would let this card go and try and search for a 2K counter, personally. Okay, so he is going to try to save it, and he is successful in saving it, but he's going to draw 2, trash 2 here with a Sabo effect, and now all of his cards are protected until the next turn. So draw 2, trash 2. Let's see what he gets rid of. I couldn't see it. He's got his hand on a Rosinante because I think he has 2 Rosinantes in hand. So he's looking at throwing away one of those and maybe the 0-cost 3K counter. It's a 0-cost trash a card 3K counter. Okay, pass turn. Yep, so he's going to pass turn there. The other player, the Katakuri player, was just asking what the cards were. Perona has 3 life, 2 blockers, and 6 cards in hand, 8K in counters. Meanwhile, okay, now the Katakuri player did draw a Sanji for the turn. Again, guys, I can't stress enough. I feel like I would not feel comfortable with no counters like this. That's just me. I would not feel very comfortable right now without any counters. Swing 6. So this would be an easy 2K counter out. Yep, so Virgo's a 2K counter. Then we're going to swing 7, it looks like, with the leader, using leader effect. Look at his top life card. It's a Sabo. Very good. Put it on the bottom. Okay, so put that on the bottom. And swing 7. So he's going to take the life, and now he's got 2 Kuzans in hand. Interesting. Play out a Kikinojo. A Kikinojo has the effect of, I believe it's if your opponent has 3 or less life cards and it's KO'd, you'll gain a life. Or actually, that might just be the trigger, guys. And I'll bring that up while we are you know, on this topic here, on this subject. Yeah. So guys, it is a. Let me just move it over. There we go. This is Kikinojo. It's a 4-cost 6K, Land of Wano. On KO, if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards, and the trigger is the same thing, but it just plays the card instead. So that is something, right, guys? That is definitely you know, it's a 4-cost 6K, which is very good. So let's see what happens here. So Perona is probably just going to use the leader effect to tap down the Kikinojo. Okay, so swings 5 at Perospero first, and let's see what we get for the search. Okay, Pudding, Thunderbolt, and 7-Lin. Okay, so he's going to grab the 7-cost character, because I believe next turn he'll be on 7 Dawn. So that does seem pretty good, right? Or he'll be on 8 Dawn, I think, actually. Okay, does a top 5 search. Sorry, guys, he's moving very quickly because I have him 2x speed. Gets a Rosinante from it. The baby 5 is what I'm talking about there. Swing 6 at life. Okay, that is interesting. That is very interesting to me. Yeah, and it's punished with the Nami to KO the 5-cost Sabo because the on-KO effect is gone from last turn. Okay, so that is a little bit going in the favor of the Katakuri player. Something at least is going his way here. Plays out the 4-cost Kuzan into brand new to snag a what was that, another Kuzan, I believe. Sorry guys, I missed it. 1, 2, 3, Virgo, 2K counter Virgo. Okay, so we got to pause here for a second. I'm actually very surprised that he did not attack into the Kikinojo. Like, just tap down the Kikinojo, swing 6 at it, and go from there. Because the board control is becoming somewhat of an issue if you look at things. Like, the Perona has a full board right now, and would still have the 6K Sabo, by the way, the 5-cost 6K Sabo. But our Katakuri player would have nothing on the board. So that is interesting that he chose to do that. But hey, this guy knows what he's doing. And let's see what happens next. So Katakuri's going to draw a 10 Lin. That is very good. And next turn will be able to play it. He's on 8 Dawn this turn. So I think the play here is you just swing 6, swing 7, play your 7 Lin. At least that's what I see with the current board state. That's what I would be going for with the current board state. We'll see what happens. And I would be swinging into... I would not be swinging at life here. I would be swinging into that baby 5. I'd swing 6 into baby 5 to see if he wants to protect it. Okay. Looks at top life. I didn't get to see it. Let's see. Did it show it? Let's see. Oh, I couldn't quite see it, but it looked like a card with a trigger effect. Okay. And he's swinging 7 at life, I think. Blocks it. Okay. Now, right here, open shot at the baby 5 searcher. I would be all in on doing that and then playing my 7 Lin. So that way the next turn I could follow up with my 10 Lin. Yeah, and he's saying gain a life. And is he not going to swing with the Kikanojo? Okay, he is. At life. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't quite understand that. Because, okay, we have to pause and talk about this for a second. That baby 5 searcher is going to grab a 2K counter every single turn. So if you swing 6 at life... yeah, he's just going to use the 2K counter he searches up with the baby 5 every single turn, right? Or am I missing something? I'm not sure, guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I just don't see a world in which you do not take out that baby 5 searcher from the game. And here we are. I think it's drawn 3 or 4 cards this game. 3 or 4 cards this game, and now it's grabbing a 10-cost Doflamingo. So now you're starting to see that the end is near, right? Like if I'm the Katakuri player, I'm thinking... you know, oh crap, that's not good, right? This is not good, especially if you don't know what's in. He probably knows what's in the list, but say you didn't know that card was in the deck. Well, now you do. Oh my goodness, God. Look at the hand of. All right, swing 5 -4. Hang on. Look at the Don Quixote Doflamingo's hand, or the Perona player's hand. Sorry, guys. Look at the Perona player's hand over here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are 2K counters. The others are Rosinante protectors. Then he has 4-drop Kuzan, 8-drop Gecko Moria, and a 10-cost Doflamingo. Guys, this does not look good. You know, this does not look good. So he's going to take the life card, and it was not a search card. It was a or maybe it was a search card. Remember, because of because he played 7-cost Lin and got to gain a life, and he got a Charlotte Pudding from that. So this was the trigger effect we already knew about. And it looks like he doesn't want to use it yet. He's going to block out of the 5 that he can. I'm still concerned. I would still be concerned as the Katakuri player. Like, where are his 2K counters? Like, I just don't see any 2K counters whatsoever, or even a defensive event. Okay, so plays Gecko Moria. Plays Gecko Moria, snags back Ryuma, and the 2-cost Rosinante. Let's see if he actually keeps that. He'll probably trash the brand new. But is he going to KO? So hang on. So he is, yeah, get rid of the brand new for sure. 100%. Not even a question. KO the, hang on. How did he do? Oh, he swung 4 with he swung 4 with Kuzan. Taps down the 7 Lin with the leader effect. Plays out the Ryuma from the Gecko Moria and gets the Rosinante. Incredible synergy, guys. Do y'all see what's happening there? If you have any questions, guys, do not hesitate to comment in the comment section below, you know, asking about it. So I'm just going to be honest, guys. If I'm Katakuri here, yeah, I'm just dropping. Okay. I think he swung 5 at face or 5 at Kuzan, and he just 1K counters out with a Rosinante. And now I think he's going to drop a 10 Lin. He has 2 10 Lins in hand. That's going to give him life and a character to attack with. But here's the issue. Here's my problem. Now he has a Kuzan. Because, excuse me, because the Katakuri player did not fight for board, he can now tap down his, you know, the 10-cost characters. He can do pretty much whatever he wants to at this point. The Perona player, I'm saying. Because he can swing and get -4. All right, who's he going to? So swing 6, 2K counter out easy. Play 10 Lin. Okay. Loses Borsellino. Not a big deal, but also not great. So let's see what the Perona draws. Gets a brand new. I wouldn't be surprised if he uses that brand new to search for a KO effect. Okay, -4 on the Big Mom, swing 5 at life. Okay, and he only has, excuse me. So there's a 2K. He did get a 2K. He only has a 1K and a 2K counter in hand currently, guys. Excuse me. So swing 6. I think this is an easy 2K counter out of, personally. Let's see what happens. 2K counter. Yep, I like that. Swing 5 at life. And remember, right now, the Big Mom is at 6 cost because of the Kuzan. So he's pretending like he can counter. Well, he can. He has a pudding. Now that I know my opponent can't take me out in one turn, I don't think I'd use the pudding here. I think I would use the pudding. Okay, he is going to use the pudding. I would use the pudding next turn to try to get some type of 2K counters. I mean, I would feel so stressed out right now if I'm the Katakuri player. Okay, he's kind of pretending like he can block. Or no. He's going to trash a card from hand to play Satori. Excuse me. So there goes the 2K counter. Unfortunately, guys, like that's less than ideal because he needs the 2K counters to survive. But who knows? Maybe he's probably trying to end next turn. Okay, 10 cost Doflamingo comes down. This is going to lock up the Kikanojo and the Katakuri. So I guess maybe it is a good thing that he played the Satori because maybe he can go for lethal this turn with 200 million volts of Maru. Maybe, but he can't tap down a character because his opponent has... Oh, yeah, the judge was telling him to adjust those cards because they shouldn't stand up from the Doflamingo effect. So maybe right here, you Thunderbolt the Rosinante and you just go for a game. But I've got really bad news for this guy. 2, 4, 6, 8K. He has 8,000 power in counters in hand. The Perona does. And with only 2 characters, he has to get through a blocker and 1 life. So I think maybe you drop the Tinlin here and please start gobbling up this board. Like I don't understand why he's not trying to fight the board at all. We'll have to see what happens because you can easily take out the Kuzan. I don't think our opponent... I don't think they would defend the Kuzan with the 8K in hand. They could, but then they'd have a single card in hand. You could take it out easily and so on. But okay, all right, so he plays that down. There goes his last life card. And, you know, and the Katakuri's up to 4. So the game does look good. Okay, block that. And he's got a Satori still. Maybe he swings for 5 at Kuzan finally. Maybe. 5, well, wherever it was, I don't actually know. And he just counters that with a brand new. Okay. Wow. So, and look what the Perona player just got. He just got a 10 cost Doflamingo. But I don't know if he can drop that and survive. Because I think he needs to get down a Rosinante blocker. And that, or maybe he can just eat up the board. Let's see what he chooses here. This is a tough call. This is a really tough call right here. He's spacing out his Dawn. He's got 2 over here. So let's see what he does. Let's see what he does here. Okay, he's you know, the Perona player is doing a little bit of math right now. He's really in the tank. Swing 7 at life. Okay, takes it. Whoa. Okay, what is going on here? Swing. Is he going 9 at life? Hang on a second. Swing 8 at life. -4 to that guy, whoever he just chose. Is he? I think Perona's going for lethal. I think Perona has decided that he cannot survive this. And wait a minute. 2K in hand. Only has, so he has 4K in hand, I think. Oh my goodness, guys. The Perona player only, or excuse me, the Katakuri player only has 4K counter in hand. I knew this was going to come back to bite him in the butt, but I did not think like this. Swing 10. If he gets a 2K counter from life, then he'll be fine. Wow. Incredible. I can't believe that he just went through... Hang on, guys. How much was that? The Perona player knew he couldn't survive next turn. He just determined, no, I can't do it. I can't get through a 12k attack or a 13k and a 15k attack, because that's what Katakuri can do, right? Because he gets the one extra. He can put one on Lin to swing for 13, and then he can put one, or then the remaining 9 on Katakuri, and it'll actually be 15 because he'll get the plus 1000 from the leader effect. He was like, I can't survive a 13 and 15k attack even with a blocker, or without a blocker. And if I don't use my Doflamingo, then I can't get through these anyway, right? That's probably what he was thinking there. So he just decided, you know what? I am going to literally just go for broke here and just try to win on just taking 5 life from a Katakuri play. That was wild, guys. No beige, no Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt could have only hit 2 potential targets, but still no Nami, because I know it runs Thunderbolt and Nami. No 200 million volts of Maru to gain life. Just absolutely no luck from the Katakuri player's life. And I don't know his list, but I cannot believe he did not hit a single card that could have gained him life in some way or another. Incredible. All right, guys, that was that deck. That was that list. I'm sorry, I do have to... not that deck, that list. That was that game. I have to throw some critique around. Like, why would you not attack the Baby 5? Why would you not go for the Kuzan tapped? Why would you not go for the board? I don't quite understand that, especially when you're dropping card after card and you know you have no cards in hand that have counters. Like, I guess, yes, your opponent doesn't know your hand. Let me hit play while we're talking about it. Your opponent doesn't know your hand, but I cannot believe that there was no attempt the entire game to take out this Baby 5 Searcher. Because it drew, over the course of the game, I think it was only 6 turns, because he only played two 10 lens, and that was game, right? So it was a 6 or 7 turn game. And I think the Baby 5 drew like 5 cards, 4 or 5 cards. So, interesting. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. And I'm not trying to be overly critical or anything like that, because I'm not going to lie. I still cannot believe that the Katakuri player did not get a single way to survive that attack from his life. Between, just, he did get 1 2K counter. I think he might have got 2 2K counters, but it just wasn't enough in time. But he didn't get a single, 200 million volts of Maru to gain life. He didn't get a beige. I don't know if they run beige or not. I didn't see any. It didn't get a single Nami to take out one of the 2 4 costs. Just crazy, guy. That was insane. Right, guys, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm going to leave it there. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, peace.